LaVar Ball said a few weeks ago that kids of NBA stars can't be as good as their dads because the pressure is too high. LaVar specifically brought up LeBron's sons on Chris Broussard's In the Zone podcast. Let's take a listen.
Nowadays, we're seeing a lot of, like LeBron's son, LeBron Jr., who's playing great. Obviously, the Currys. You're seeing NBA players whose sons are coming up and looking like they're going to be NBA players.
Well,
what do you think of that?
here's the thing. You got to play the odds and the percentages. There have been a lot of great players, and all their sons are whack. Kobe Bryant, his dad wasn't all that. That's why he's such a monster. So you look at it, you got LeBron. You got LeBron. It's going to be very hard for his kids because they're not going to look at him as LeBron's kids. They're going to be like, you better be just like your dad. And then after a while, that pressure starts sitting on you because it's like, wow, why I got to be like him? Why can't it just be me? And then they be like, oh, you're soft. You're not that good. Because the expectation is very, very high.
LeBron responded with a strong statement yesterday saying, keep my kid's name out of your mouth, keep my family out of your mouth. This is dad to dad. It's a problem now. He can talk all about his brand, talk about his sons, talk about basketball, talk about me, but keep my family out of this. We're joined now by Chris Broussard. Welcome, Chris.
You made LaVar Ball famous. You realize that,
I made him famous.
Whose side are you on, LeVar's or LeBron's?
Well, I think to try to put stuff in context, I don't know how the story was relayed to LeBron. Mm-hmm. Did LeBron see the whole quote? Did he hear the whole quote? Was he just told LaVar Ball said your son is whack? Because there was a meme out there saying all the NBA legends, their sons are whack. So I don't know how he heard about it. But as a parent myself with 2 children, I don't want to hear anybody I don't know that doesn't know my kids say anything about my children that's not positive. If you talk about my kids, you need to be praising them.
Right.
They're smart, they're intelligent, they're beautiful, they're great players, whatever it might be. But you don't have the right, like a teacher or a family member or a friend or somebody who I know has their best interest at heart. Now, in fairness to LaVar, when he said there's a lot of NBA legends and all their sons are whack, I don't know for a fact, but I don't think he was talking about LeBron's sons. I think he was talking about guys whose sons are like old enough to play in the NBA or past that age.
That's the problem there.
Yeah, it's still wrong to say they're whack. Yeah. I mean, but I'm talking about specifically, was he referring to LeBron? And I bring that up because, again, this meme came out and it mentioned Magic and Kareem and Shaq and another legend. I can't remember. And Shaq called me and was like, did he say that? And that's what he said. And I hadn't seen the meme and I didn't know. I just said, LaVar? Knowing that, not knowing he was even talking about LaVar, but just knowing that he says something every 2 days that catches fire. Mm-hmm. And so Shaq sent me the meme. I went back and listened to the interview, that part of it, sent the quote to Shaq. And he essentially said the same thing about Shaq's kid that he said about LeBron's. Like, listen, a lot of pressure. You got to live up to try to be as good as Shaq. People will expect that of you. So I didn't think it was negative on Shaq. And so Shaq was like, all right, I'll chill. But he felt like LeBron did. Look, talk about me all you want, but don't say anything about my kids. So ironically, to finish this up, LaVar talks about the pressure being on these kids, but he's putting pressure on his kids maybe more than any of them with his comments.
And this is what I said when he was here. If he wants to write checks that his kids have to cash, I don't recommend it. But those are your kids. You raise them how you see fit, because I'm not going to have you trying to tell me how to raise my kid. But the thing is, we keep talking about pressure. What about the child is just not as talented as the dad? Have we thought about that? We keep talking about pressure. What about the fact, because Ken Griffey, his senior, he was on the Big Red Machine. He was a really good player. Mm-hmm. But Junior was out of this world. Bobby Bonds was a very good player.
Yeah, he was better than Griffey Sr.
Yeah.
Bobby Bonds was really good.
Yeah.
But not as good as Barry.
Not as good as Barry.
No.
So have we thought, we keep talking about it's the pressure.
Sometimes it's just the talent.
Thank you. We keep talking about it's the pressure that weights them down. What about if it's the talent that's just not there so they can be that great? I mean, and that's, I have a problem with it. Don't talk about my family. You don't know them. So why are you talking about they whack? Clearly, It's not going to take much for Lonzo to usurp what he did.
Well, exactly. Live up to 2 points a game.
Yeah. So how hard is that? But
Okay.
LeBron is saying, look, bro, you want to promote Triple B? Have at it. You want to talk about how great Lonzo going to be? He's going to be better than Magic. He's better than Steph right now? Have at it. You want to critique me, although you're not an analyst? Have at it. But Bronny and Zahara and Maximus, nah, bro, it ain't going to go down like that. Keep my, in the barbershop. See, LeBron was very professional. He said, keep my name out your mouth. That's the way
I'm betting he said it like you said it.
I'm telling you how.
Yeah, the A instead of the ER.
Keep my kid's name out your mouth.
You didn't like it? You didn't like LeBron's
I am lost on this. I am stunned by LeBron's response to some guy named LaVar Ball, who a month ago nobody knew.
But LaVar is famous now. You know, he's on the one name list.
LaVar.
Yeah.
I said this to open the show. I've never seen anything like what's happened over the last month. He has become as polarizing a figure on the internet this side of Donald Trump that we have in America right now.
Yep.
He has talked his way into becoming a household name in American sports fans' homes. Am I right about that?
Absolutely.
Everybody's talking about what LaVar Ball said about Steph, about MJ, about Charles Barkley, and now about LeBron James. And they all, to me, make the mistake of firing back at LaVar Ball as in, who the heck is LaVar Ball? And why should you take what he says that seriously and so to heart? Because the truth is, what he told you on your podcast was exactly right. He spoke the unvarnished truth about LeBron's kids, especially LeBron Jr., who's, I feel like I already know his game. I can see it all over the internet.
He looks like he plays like LeBron.
I agree,
I mean,
except as LeBron said the other day, he shoots it a lot better than I shot it at that age, especially at age, what is he, 12?
Yeah.
Okay, so my point is, why did he hit such a nerve in LeBron? Because it's just going to be a fact of life for LeBron Jr. that he is going to be expected to a fault, unfairly, but extremely, to live up to his father's legacy. He's going to be expected to follow in LeBron's footprints. And I told Shannon earlier in the show, let's just project. Let's do the hypothetical. Let's say that in 6 years he goes to Duke for a year to play for Coach K. God bless Coach K. I hope he gets through his back issues and all, and then he's still able to coach at 76. And I expect him to be coaching at 76. And I expect LeBron to send his kid to Duke, if in fact that's still the rules.
What about Cal?
Huh? We went back and forth, but I think he would. He loves Cal, or maybe he likes being around Cal, but I think he'd want his kid to have 1 year of Coach K.
Coach K coached him twice in the Olympics.
Okay, so let's just do the hypothetical. LeBron Jr.'s first game at Duke against Coastal Carolina, whoever it is, it'll be on national TV. Every media outlet in not only the country, but maybe in the world will send somebody to cover it because he's LeBron Jr. He is the namesake of a guy he says is the greatest player on the planet and already on Mount Rushmore. Well, it's unfair, but it's just a fact of life.